That is absolutely amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. I suppose the question in my mind is, where to from here?
Well, first question is there any questions? That'll be my first question. But I think most of you who've seen that film would say it is really great. At least it tells us something beautiful about the Eucharist, something that we want to share with others about it. And if any of you feel that way and would like to get a copy of it, you'll have to find out from the organisers our email address. Unfortunately, we came very unprepared. There should have been copies of that here available to you. But we're not very far away. If anyone would like them, they can speak to the organisers and we can make some arrangement for them to be sent over from Australia to New Zealand, and you can get them from the organisers. But many of you may, I'll anticipate some of the questions, and that is, well, how can we get school children at least to see this film? How can we do something about encouraging our young people to understand more about the Eucharist? And I think the people who are on parish councils, people who are involved with the school students organisation, maybe should have evenings to see it, or during religious education classes they should see it. But we've done our bit to be able to produce something that you can use. You've got to use inventive minds to try and solve this problem that the Church has. I talked about it yesterday. If Catholics really believed what we've shown you here, that Jesus is present, everyone would go to Mass, not just 10%. But it's the duty of that 10% to help the priests in that work of evangelisation. And so you can do your bit, you can encourage others to see it and to understand the central element of their faith, which is the Eucharist, which we've tried to do in this program. Well, that's the answer to the question, but I think what comes next. Now, Philip, what would you like me to do now?
Well, I'm not quite sure what we do now, Ron, because we're reasonably close to starting the... But we've got about 5 or 7 minutes, if you can take the odd.
Okay.
Is there a question that we could fairly ask Ron to cope with in a fairly short time, do you think? They're very shy.
Oh, they're thinking.
Yeah. Repeat the website?
Okay. Well...
I've got your business card in my
pocket. If you're in doubt, go to reasontobelieve.com.au, and if there's a comment section there, just stick a comment there like, I'd like to get this or that. That'll be one link. reasontobelieve.com.au, and it's all one word, so you can remember that. You can also get the book that wasn't available yesterday, my book, on that site, and some of the other things, the Signs from God story on video. It's not the actual program that went to air, but it's an edited version of that we've made. It's on that site as well. Now, any other questions? Yeah.
There was a gentleman, a Spanish-speaking gentleman, who was relating some writings, I take it. Where did those writings come from?
Can I ask you a question? Yes. Did you like the words? They're great, aren't they? Well, I'll tell you a secret. We don't tell everyone this, but seeing your friends. Do you remember yesterday we talked about the signs from God and the person who took down dictation from Jesus? We stole those words from Jesus' words to her. And we just could not find better words. And in fact, when we made this program, we gave the script to the Archdiocese of Sydney's main what do they call them? Who's in charge of etiquette, and I've forgotten the technical term for that person, who gives the imprimatur for things. And we didn't tell him anything about it other than just gave him the script to check. He went over and he says, there's no mistake at all. Or there's one word, synagogue, which should not have been used. We realised that afterwards. But apart from that, no theological errors in the whole script. And then he said to us, where did you get those words from? He says, because they were magic, and that's how we felt about them. And so, that's where they've come from. Not all of them. Some of them are from the Gospels and elsewhere, but there were some key ones, really touching ones. Particularly that line during the way of the cross. I stumble and fall time and time again. I look on either side of the road searching for a look of love. I couldn't write that stuff. I mean, I couldn't write that poetry like that. Yeah. Anything else? No. Well, there we go. I think we've solved the problem. Thank you very much, and I'm really pleased to have had the opportunity to come and see you. Thank you.